What did I miss?
Christian, what did you do at the band? God, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Ow.
You don't remember what I did in our band?
I don't.
That's why I started laughing, because I knew that's exactly what he was going to ask.
Hello, everybody. I'm Christian.
And I'm still Ozzy.
And welcome back to That's the Flavor, episode number 33, your weekly podcast where we sit down with each other and talk about our lives. And sometimes the occasional guest will come on and we'll also talk about their lives with our lives. It's kind of like a big communal life. Occasional two guests, like this episode right here, where we are joined this week by two returning guests, Brady and Cameron. So guys, welcome back to the show. Brady, how you doing?
Great to be back.
Glad to hear. Cameron, how about you? How about yourself?
Yes, great. That's the answer.
So Brady, the last time you were on the show was episode number 9.
Wow.
Yes, which at this point was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, episode number 9, I'm a casual Vietnam storyteller, aired on September 7th,
Great
2020.
Great title.
Amazing title, actually, yeah. So, and then Cameron, your last episode that you were on would be October 5th of 2020, which was titled Christian and Cameron Get Neurochips.
Did we?
I missed
we
that.
did not.
I remember that.
fact.
I very vividly remember that episode.
Yes. We had a very deep conversation about, yeah.
Neurochips.
I think
About
yeah.
neurochips.
It was,
that was a big hot topic at the
good
time.
one.
Yeah.
It was the Elon Musk. He wanted to chip people. Yeah, and I had opinions.
As I say, well, it's crazy thinking about that, and then now here we are 3 years later with Elon Musk and everything that he's doing, and it's kind of wild.
Add to the list.
Yeah, right. Add it all to the list. But that's the flavor. Taste buds, I want to thank you guys for your support on last week's episode. Sea turtles, we're sorry. Very fun episode, very great time. Sea turtles will make it up to you one day, whenever we're rich and famous. I
am very passionate about sea turtles. So, woo.
There was a comment on one of the YouTube shorts for the week where it was like, Captain Morality really likes the sea turtles.
I saw that, y'all. I read the comments too. I want that to be known, taste buds. If you don't want me to be moral, I can change that. But I like sea turtles.
Yeah, there was one that was like, Captain Morality really likes the sea turtles, and I was like, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, again, this is a comedy podcast. It's fine. I
was like, what? Do you want sea turtles to die? Okay, let go of all the balloons that you ever get for your birthday or that you steal from Red Robin. I know you do. I don't know how old you are. I know you steal a red balloon.
That's very aggressive of you.
Yeah.
9 of them.
For reference, Brady and Cameron.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
I was gonna ask.
So last week's episode, we talked about, like, what would you bring if you were stuck on a deserted island? I had said Legos. And I said that I will exchange the Legos to the ocean for trash to make a trash island to make my way home. And Ozzy was like, so you'll kill sea turtles. And I was like, look, if I had to get off the deserted island, I would kill sea turtles. Like, if I weighing out my options, like, if it was my life and my freedom home or killing sea turtles, I would do what I had to do.
How many turtles?
I mean, we didn't come to a conclusion, but I would say just as many as it took.
I mean, he's talking about a tub full of Legos that you buy off of, like, Facebook Marketplace. So we're talking, like, anywhere from, let's say, 200 Legos minimum to, like, 1,500.
I'm thinking
thousands.
Yeah, the
tub your mom keeps in
the attic.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, because, like, let's say I take a tub that's, like, this big and, like, this tall, and, it's full of Legos. Like, right there, you're looking at probably, like, I don't know, 8,000 pieces.
I agree.
Like, Legos are small guys, and honestly,
I was lowballing it for you, so now you feel better about killing 8,000 turtles versus, like, 200?
Do they float?
Again, if it's my life on the line, yes.
I don't think those are the only two options.
No, that's definitely, it's an ultimatum, Those are the options. Sea turtle mini sea turtle genocide, or
I'm with Christian on this one. I'm sorry.
freedom.
Like, what do they do? There's like a million of them, according to
Majestic.
the world.
Where did you
Sea
get
Life.
that number?
I don't know, 10 million. There's probably more. There's
Fine. Let's. Hey Google.
There's one of
sea
me.
turtle population.
there's I think my
Oh,
opposable
okay.
thumbs
That's oof.
put me
I thought they were
food chain.
endangered.
Yeah.
No. There is nearly 6.5 million sea turtles left in the world.
Well, then it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Left?
Now that being said,
I'd
the
kill 1
population
million.
for the population for the critically endangered hawksbill turtle ranged from 83,000 to possibly only 57,000. So, that being said, if a hawksbill turtle were to wash up, I would resuscitate it and release it back into the ocean.
Or just kill like 1 or 2, you know?
Yeah, just enough. Like a warning sign.
So Christian, then I seriously pose a question. You're talking about using the plastic to float away, right? How are you
Yes,
going
yeah.
to resuscitate that turtle when you're in the middle of the ocean?
Do you know how to resuscitate a turtle in normal
Okay, I mean-
And
circumstances?
do you know
Where's
the
the heart?
difference between the types of turtles? Yeah, he's a murderer, all
I know.
right.
What is the resting heart rate? What is the resting heart rate of a sea turtle?
Look,
Can you use the beat of staying
these are all
alive to give
valid
CPR to
questions.
it? I don't know.
Which is
I would assume
which is
I feel like
much higher than the resting heart rate or the active heart rate of a human being, by the way.
It's true.
Okay, then I would just do staying alive up tempo.
Down tempo, you want less.
Oh, you want less?
Yeah,
the down tempo.
It's
yeah.
too fast. It's about. It's,
Oh, okay,
what,
then yeah,
100,
then I'll
115
just
to
down
120.
tempo.
Is that what it is?
I'll take my keyboard that probably washed up on my trash island, and I will press the tempo button down a little
Right.
bit, and play Staying Alive slowly.
This is a really well thought through plan.
Look, so was the fact of me wanting to make a trash island to get off the island in the first place.
If it
But-
relies on a keyboard possibly washing up and still working, it's not a great plan.
Look, I'm just doing my best. Again, if it comes down to it, I would become a sea turtle murderer if it was my life on the line.
You know,
That's all I'm
the
saying.
Gorillaz have an entire album about this exact subject.
Yeah?
Well, roughly comparable.
I believe that, honestly.
It's it's not that comparable. the premise
Is that what
the same,
Cracker
but,
Island's really about?
No, different island. Plastic Beach.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
there's a whole song about it. The Casio on the Plastic Beach.
Yeah?
It's
I'll have to listen to it.
it's what's not called that. It's called Plastic Beach.
Oh, okay. I'll still listen to it.
It's the second
Still
to
listen
last
to it.
song on the album. Banger. It's so
Okay.
good.
Noted.
Goated.
So, yes.
Switching
So
names
Ozzy,
here.
I'm gonna go around the square here. Ozzy, how's your week been?
Oh. It has been a week.
Oh yeah, well that's good.
Yeah.
Like, is it? Wait, is that is it a good way or a bad way? Like, it's been a week.
In the grand scheme of life,
Oh,
Been a-
jeez.
it's been a solid, mediocre week, to say the least. But you know, it's all
Look,
it's
if you want to
all
OGs,
quite controversial to say. How does one actually measure a week? How do we know?
Right.
Why did you say that British?
It's
It just happens, Brady. It just
look,
happens.
if you think this is bad, Brady, go listen to the beginning of the last episode where I asked him how his week was, and we both got very philosophical.
In my defense, I used my British accent in the drive-thru at Starbucks, and there was an actual person who was from the UK, and he thought that I lived in the UK. So whenever I told him that I was from PA, he looked at me crazy, because he's like, I thought you were where I was from. And I was
Ozzy,
like,
you're an actor.
wow, thanks.
Theater kids.
Bite me, Brady. I serve your coffee.
Oh man.
Did you?
So
Not this coffee specifically, but
Are you a
Mold
barista,
coffee in
Ozzy?
general.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I am right
This
now.
is true. This is kind of catch up for us. But I'm glad to hear
that's
your week
nice.
went well, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah, I was gonna say it has been a
We
minute.
didn't even
since
say
we
hi to each other, unless you guys did that before I got here.
No, I mean, I kind of did with Brady. You popped in and it was let's get to business.
Yeah,
you know?
I came in here and we were just kind of sitting and staring for a bit.
Right.
That was our catch-up time. I looked into your eyes, Cameron, and I knew exactly what you've been doing.
Well, tell me about it.
Right where we left.
Oh yes.
Tell me about
Ozzy,
it.
Tell us what we're in his eyes.
And don't get cockney about it, okay? It's
In Cameron's
stay
eyes.
Yankee here.
But
Oh, sorry. You're down.
Too Yankee.
You're down in Florida. You're down in Florida,
No.
boy.
No, you're too far south. The farther south you get in Florida, the less south you are.
it's true.
Yeah.
I'm in Central Florida. We're not. Nuh-uh. You're If you want to do like a Latin accent, or no, actually,
I'm
or like
gonna
Do
pass
not.
on
Oh
that.
yeah, do not.
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna pass on that
Caribbean.
one.
You want to do like
I'm gonna
As a
pass
show
on
that has
that
only been
one,
back
too.
for as a show that has only been back for 8 episodes, I would like to maybe go on a little longer than 8 episodes.
But to say
So we're
the
gonna
least,
refrain from that.
what was in your eyes, Cameron, was the glimmer and spark and beauty that you've always had, just really to the forefront of your eyes. And I can see that you're happy and you're where you belong.
Oh.
And you know that. And, I know that for you too, because of your eyes. Not Cockney.
for the sake of not Cockney, for the sake of staying in order here, I'll let Brady talk about his week before I respond to that.
Okay, Brady, not how your week, Brady. How has the past
That was great. Thank you.
Brady? Not only how has your week been, how has the past 3 years of your life been? Since you were last on the show. Give us the brief highlight recap.
See, that's too long a time because just like average,
Yeah.
it's
Do the
been
spark
fine.
notes. Like the
There's
spark
been-
notes, like
Yeah,
the
give us,
major
like, the spark
highlights.
notes. Okay, got married, got divorced, got married, had a kid, got divorced
Died.
to the kid. Give us
Yeah.
died, got revived by a demon. Just keep
Oh
hitting
well,
them
sure
for me.
that.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's been I graduated. That's scary.
Good. Middle school. Good for you.
Yeah.
Fun to see you going
Yeah,
to your
finally.
freshman year of high school. Yeah.
It's about time. I mean,
Right.
12 years. Yeah. couldn't pass 8th grade algebra. Just every
Hey, we've
time.
all been there. We've
I
all
know,
been there.
I know. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard.
And they said you wouldn't have a calculator in your pocket all the time, but you do.
Right.
Yeah, what horse crap?
No, but actually, you want to talk about that? You're going to use this in real life. No, I'm not. I'm not going to use algebra in my real life. I'm not going to use
I was
geometry.
just talking about this today, like
We'll
hours ago.
touch on. Let's pocket that. First off, Cameron, I want to hear about your how you doing? How have your past 3 years been? / your response to Ozzy. Just how are you? How you doing?
Oh, good lord. Let's. I'm gonna summarize as best I can here. Whew.
That's enough. We got it from that.
That's. I was gonna say that's enough if you want it to be.
I'm gonna give you the list here. I'm not gonna go into details. You're just gonna get the list. Ready?
Okay, no,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. Hit us.
Okay.
Went to college. Discovered my deep, dark down, like, chronic depression. Dropped out of college. Worked full time. Got a girlfriend. Went back to college. Moved to Orlando, Florida. Got married. Got divorced. Graduated college. And she just got fired. So on top of my full-time job, we're door dashing every night to pay the bills. Ugh. And I make like beats and stuff. That's where I'm at.
Error.
Neither of you should start making beats based on
Oh
that.
yeah, watch this.
Hey,
I'll sample
believe it
that.
or not, Taste Buds, we used to be a band, so...
This is true. The four of us used to be a band.
God.
And we're not going to tell you how long we were together or how many performances we did. We were in a band, okay? That's all you need to know.
I mean, to be fair, we could tell them though.
No, we'll just
No, I
You
think
know,
we-
you want
I
to lock
think
it
we
away
keep
into a
it-
vault.
I think
back
we keep
back
it
in high school,
anonymous.
we were in a band.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
okay
a
with
band.
it. I think it's most embarrassing for Christian, honestly.
It's not though, because I think I did a very good job.
What?
Who's gonna tell him?
See, now we're gonna tell them. So
Wait.
wait.
Wait, forgive me real quick. Christian, what was your... What did...
I'm so.
What?
What did I miss?
Christian, what did you do at the band? I forgot. I'm sorry.
You don't remember
That's
what I
okay.
did in our band?
I
That's
don't.
why I started laughing, because I knew that's exactly what he was gonna ask.
I'm sorry, I really am.
I remember. I can answer that if.
I also remember because I did it.
It's been a long 4 years, man.
So
I had to think about what I did.
audience, Taste Buds in Aussie and I's senior year of high school. We had this little thing called like Coffee House, which is like a little lo-fi, performance talent show thingy of music and singing and instrument playing. And Ozzy and I were like, we want to perform together, but like Ozzy and I both pretty much vocalist kind of guys. So like we went to Cameron and Brady, two of our friends at the time and still our friends today. And we're like, hey, do you guys want to perform with us at this coffee house thing? And they were like, yeah. So we had Brady on the keys, we had Cameron on the cajon, and also
percussion.
many other multiple things. 'Cause
Percussion.
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say it was percussion.
It was tough. It was a
It was
good time.
that was a real fun time. Ozzy was our singer, and I was a rapper. I rapped.
But so
That
hold
he
on.
learned to do at church camp.
It's true. Callback.
What?
Yeah, I learned how to rap at church camp.
No, that checks out.
I never went to church camp.
Me either.
What?
We'll touch on that. We'll touch on
Okay.
that for you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens at church camp. Trust me.
Yeah.
Regularly?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised. Most
You learn how to
well-known
rap at church
rappers.
camp?
I didn't
Cameron?
learn. I don't even think they tried to teach me. A lost
See,
cause.
here's the thing: most well-known rappers learned how to rap at church camp. Travis Scott,
Eminem.
church
That
camp.
can't be
Yeah.
true.
Eminem, church
No,
camp.
yeah, that's where
Notorious
Eminem-
B.I.G.
Yes.
Church camp. Tupac.
NWA, the entire group.
Lil Yachty.
Tupac, Catholic church camp.
Yeah.
Tupac.
That's two.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna comment on that, Christian, but
It's just the never Tupac. All right, that's
Anyway.
enough of that.
so Christian
So-
rapped.
Yeah, so I rapped. That's what I did, Cameron.
But so, and that's what I thought. But
Yeah.
the song we performed was. I don't want to say it because I feel like I'm wrong. It's been a.
No, say what you think it is.
Did we not do? Don't you forget about me?
That was for
No.
me. That
That
was
was
for me.
different.
That was different.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
different.
Because
Yes, you're thinking
Because
of two
we
different
performed
performances.
as a group, and then I performed later as a solo act.
Yes.
And you guys accompanied,
It's all coming back to me.
accompanied me. Yes.
we
Accompaniment.
did "Can't Hold Us" by Macklemore and
Yeah.
Ryan Lewis,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that was
Does
okay.
this now make
Senor.
more sense to you as to what I did in the band?
Return of the Mac.
Yeah, you know what it is. But we then performed, as he said, "Can't Hold Us" by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis as the opener for our final coffee house in high school, at least for Ozzy and I.
Yes,
we were the opening act.
God.
Yeah.
We were the opening act, which was great because
we opened and closed because you guys closed with me.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but our band name was Dude, or DOOD, which stood for
Dudes Only.
Dudes
Only
Dudes.
Dudes.
Only dudes.
Yeah. And we then opened, and it was pretty great because we brought a lot of energy to that opening, and then I feel like it just kind of like declined from there, and then went back up at the end when Ozzy came on. You know, it was very much like a...
Except for when Under the Floorboards was performing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Under the... Yeah. Yep. What did you do in that? What did you do in that band, Cameron?
That might have been my first. Was that my first coffee house? It was the final one, wasn't it? No, it couldn't have been.
It was the final.
I don't remember your coffee house history.
I don't think that was your final. I don't think that was your first one. But
No,
because we couldn't have closed because the senior show would have closed, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, It was the senior. It was the senior jam.
Okay.
That closed.
So that was my second coffee house
Right.
for me, actually.
Crazy. I was the president of Coffee House at that time.
Proud of you. President of Coffee House, soon to be president of the United States. They correlate.
No, I do not want that burden. Have you seen those men after
Okay, what about
that office?
What about like?
Thank you.
What about like president of Cuba?
I don't think he's eligible for that.
Yeah,
I mean, like he could be. Moves there, stays there for a couple of years. Eligibility goes way up.
not all of them were democratically elected, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but either way, you just go in there, dictator it up, call it a day. Like I don't know. There's ways to put yourself.
I'm gonna
in
be the
power,
president of
arguably,
anything.
all you
considering
need
it's-
is
It's gonna be
the,
like, it's gonna be like a company, like
Could be
IKEA
Mexico.
or something.
Ooh, yeah.
Flavor Incorporated.
That too.
so
Ozzy, I don't mean this as an insult, but I just don't think you would be very good at installing yourself as a dictator. That doesn't really seem like skills you have.
I definitely.
the dictator doesn't install themselves. The CIA does.
I could put on a performance, I guess.
No.
Like if you tell me like Ozzy, so you're playing a dictator character, I'm gonna act like a dick.
You're just in character.
Yeah.
20
Oh,
years.
I get what you mean.
Have you seen that movie, The Dictator? Like, I guess that's kind of like.
Yeah.
But it would just be me.
That's fair.
I thought you meant like you were gonna do a performance, like sing a song that was so good that they were just gonna put you in as the dictator.
I mean, that, yeah.
Just
No,
I feel like if I did that, then they would probably be like, "Who the fuck's this guy?" And then they're just gonna kill me. And I'll be like, "Yeah, I did that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
You're probably not making it out of there.
If I am the dictator, then I could install something so that I could sing for them, and then they can't do shit, or then I kill them.
Like a
Oh, that would-
like a sound system.
You know, the president of, I think it's Turkmenistan, does that.
fuck is
He's really into
Like PA
music,
system?
and he has a band, and he makes music, and I mean it's not awful, honestly, but I think he just makes everybody listen to it.
I feel like Turkmenistan has to have bigger issues than.
No. Don't think too much on it.
Has anybody ever been to Turkmenistan?
Once, really good summers. Yeah, really nice vacation spot. Pretty cheap too, pretty affordable.
I wonder why.
Very similar to the Maldives.
Is it?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
You've been to both?
Yes. Once in my youth, and then twice in my older age.
Oh.
The ripe
What?
age of 20s.
When did it change? Like recently?
But you mean my age?
Yeah,
or...
like 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, I woke up and I heard my knee crack, and I was like, ooh, okay, calling it there. Starting to cut off. Next chapter of life begins today. You know.
Yeah.
Cameron,
and on that note,
I think that you've made it into adulthood if you're divorced. I think that counts.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're still together. We had to lie to the court. I shouldn't say this. It doesn't. Well,
Yeah.
This took a big turn.
If you need me to cut that, I can cut that.
No.
Okay.
I didn't finish the sentence. It's like chess.
I know, but you can't stop mid-sentence either.
I haven't removed my hand from the chess piece, therefore I have not made the move. Okay.
Okay. Finish the move.
Yeah, please.
And I is the first word in the sentence, not the other. Those words don't. I had to tell the judge, and she additionally had to tell the judge. These were back-to-back statements that our marriage was irreparable. And so that's what we told the judge. And sometime in between that statement and now, we were like, well, maybe it's not so irreparable. And so we live together still.
Okay, so it was true at the time when you said it.
As far as the court is concerned, yes.
Okay.
Because that's what I told the court.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha. And on that note, audience, I want to pause to let you guys know that That's the Flavor, your weekly podcast where we hang out, talk to our friends, have a good time. If you guys want to see our beautiful faces talking to each other each and every week, you can go find us over on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, we just hit over 40,000 views on the YouTube channel. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate your support, each and every one of you. You guys are awesome taste buds. Reverse them, flip them, Ozzy. Because you had like 04.
Just do it in post.
Yeah. Edit his hands around.
Editor, can you?
But thank you guys for that support. I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to go ahead and keep up to date on That's the Flavor stuff, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, any podcast platform where you listen to podcast shows. So thank you guys, and yeah, we're gonna keep making episodes as long as we live, which hopefully will be like 80 years. You know, we're gonna make it 80 years worth of podcasts. Ozzy
80 more.
Signed the contract yesterday. With NBC Universal. I forged your signature. And also, Taste Buds, I want to let you guys know that the Red Robin seasoning taste test will not be happening on this episode, mainly because I lost my store version of the Red Robin seasoning, so I have to go buy some more. So one of these future weeks, we will go ahead and take care of that, and I can prove to you all that the restaurant seasoning and the store seasoning taste different.
Don't
and
worry,
without further ado, let's get back to the episode.
I'll do it in a perfect. I'm just
Yeah.
Thanks, Ozzy.
Thanks, Ozzy, for the input. Appreciate it. Back to Cameron,
Cameron
with the news.
You're divorced?
Yeah, so we're divorced. We initially got married for tax benefits.
Hey, we've all been there. You know, we've all been there. Can't blame you.
And then it turns out that there weren't many tax benefits. Actually,
That's the Flavor episode 33. There aren't many tax benefits.
In the long run, because it cost us to get married and it cost us to get divorced.
How much does it cost?
Did you come out net negative on all of
Oh yeah, negative.
no.
We gained nothing. Actually, I'll tell you how much I lost here because of this. Actually, no. So it
you don't have to tell us an exact number.
It's like $90 to get married in the courthouse, right?
Oh.
And my best friend at the time was there with us. We have pictures because the Winter Park courthouse shares a building with a spa school, like a massage school.
Mm-hmm.
And so the sign on the building
thing ever.
Yeah.
It's a shop. It's a two-story shop.
Florida thing ever.
This is an awful place to live. Don't come here. It's a two-story shopping strip mall, and the sign on the front of that part of the building says Winter Park Clerk of Courts and School of Massage and Spa or something like that.
They share a sign?
Not only that, they share a building in a strip mall and share a sign forever. Like, it gets worse.
And a parking lot. So I could have been parked. I could have been parked next to like the dean of the school, like Winter Park School of like massage and spa. I don't even remember the name.
Yeah.
I have pictures. We're like kind of dressed up and we're standing and we have our certificate there. And my friend signed the certificate, so he's our official witness. I missed a class.
And then in the
for that.
background of that photo, you can actually see them through a window taking a nail painting class.
Yeah, there's a massage
do, like,
being given through the
yeah.
window. The Cuban window massage.
So it was your honeymoon and your marriage.
The what?
We stopped there afterwards. It's
That's convenient.
We saved a lot on air travel, so
There you go.
with Trivago. We didn't. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
So, does it cost more to get divorced than to get married?
Yes, so the divorce process was even more of a hassle because we... Oh, and the thing about us getting married was that she was not living in Orlando at the time. She was still living in Pennsylvania. So she was down here for my birthday. She came down here for a week. She took off work to celebrate my birthday, and the court was only open the last 3 days of when she would be here. And that was too little time to go to the court, get the certificate. You have to wait like 3 days, and then you can go back and get married. So we paid $50 to take a class so that we could get married the same day. So $140 is what we're at here so far, I'm pretty sure.
A couple questions about the class.
I was gonna say.
What did they teach you?
They give you like 3 days because you're supposed to like understand what you're getting yourself into. So the class,
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, the class was just a bunch of like, you watched a little like informational video. It was like an orientation, but for marriage, you know? And like
marriage orientation.
The only thing it was missing was like the really awkward like sexual harassment in the workplace. What do you do if this happens? And then the example is like, nice ass, Lisa. How do you respond to that?
It is true. No, he's right. He's right. Like they're always the most like abrasive, out of place comments. Like
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Could probably happen in a workplace, but
I won't eat lunch at the same time as Devin because he's black. Like, who is coming up with these examples? This person has never been in a workplace before.
Yeah, most of it's like corporate design pass down training. So like, yeah, it's the let's give you the most obvious, like blatant example. And like put it out there. And again, this is not to say that like none of these things don't ever happen.
Right.
Don't get us wrong. Like that's not, obviously they do happen, but it's really wild when you're doing like a workplace training and it's like the most abrasive example every time.
I feel like those are the examples that people don't need trained on.
I think you'd be surprised. I feel like they wouldn't do it if everybody got it right 100% of the time. Like, there are some people who are getting it wrong.
Correct. Or else they wouldn't, yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
There are enough trash human beings out there that, yes, like, don't get it and don't understand. So, yes, the obvious has to be stated for them.
So, speaking of trash human beings, back to Florida.
Yeah, so...
Yes, good trick.
Great segue.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Thank you.
accurate.
That was great, yeah.
So...
I have nothing against Florida. I've never been there. Actually.
You should. You shouldn't. Yes and no. Or other way, no and yes. But to wrap up here, I guess, when we decided to get divorced, we show up to the courthouse to get our stuff done, and that's like $290 or something. And that's the simplified version because we don't have kids and we don't share any assets. So they give you less paper, but it was still like 200 pages that they had to print out for us. And only half of that was required to be filled out by us. And so we fill out like 100 pages. Yeah.
Only half. Only 100 pages.
So we fill out like 100 pages, and only to find out that we can't even initiate the process because neither of us have the necessary proof that we're Florida residents because we both have Pennsylvania licenses. So I have to get a classmate from school who is from Florida to come to the court with us and to be our witness to our divorce because they have a Florida license, a driver's license. So that was very awkward.
Yeah.
And it was good for them because they just had a name change and they had to be there at the court to confirm the name change.
Okay,
which
so
takes place in the same department.
Huh. Interesting.
So we both waited in line together and got it done at the same time.
Nice.
There you go.
That's efficiency.
Yeah. And then we did a Zoom call about like 3 months later. And the judge was like, "Do you hate each other?" Yup. Can't be fixed. Which is true. Can't be fixed. We're not married. Yeah, that's that.
Well, all right.
And the worst part. We found this out after we got married, right? We're here to take like tax benefits because you get more federal aid for school if you're married at a certain age, because when you report your income together, it's super low because you're a student. So your household income is way lower than if your parents were claiming you as a dependent, right?
Yes.
But the loan that I was using to pay for my school was a federal Parent Plus loan, and it turns out that you can't use those if you get married. So the federal government sent me a letter that says, "Hey, you're married now. We're going to end your federal Parent Plus loans." So I was forced to take out a private loan, and you won't guess how much I pay in interest a month. I pay about $125 in interest a month.
They are bad.
Yeah.
And it exponentially increases. So next month I'll pay about 135 in interest, and the next month I'll pay about 150, and then it'll be about 200 the month after that. So if I don't keep paying that interest every month, it'll keep increasing. So I screwed up.
Well, all right. Wow, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's rough.
No, we're doing fine.
Yeah, you're making beats.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Positives.
I've made no money yet.
Yeah, one day. you
Yeah.
know.
My diploma came in the mail today.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
It took my diploma like a stupidly long time to show up. So I graduated, went to Disney, came back from Disney, and like my diploma showed up like 2 months before I came back from Disney. Like it took like a year and a half to show up, and it was wild.
Oh.
Yeah. I was
I
like,
got mine on stage.
Yeah, see,
Actually?
I gotta watch.
They gave everybody
I
their
don't-
real diplomas as we were walking.
That's bold.
Ours were
Yeah.
I don't
They
know
were
a lot of schools that do that. That's pretty awesome.
No, most schools are like, hey, here's your diploma holder.
The problem is
Oh,
that
shake.
we had to do like really elaborate rehearsals for it to make sure that they were all
in the right order.
exact right order, because otherwise you'd get somebody else's real diploma, which would
Yeah,
be
what so like hear me out. If you go home with somebody else's diploma and it says like, oh, Lisa Simmies, BA in English education or something, and it's like, okay, so do you now like have a degree in English education?
Yep.
Like,
yeah. I don't,
if that's the diploma you were given, like, is that like?
I'm so sorry, but is this the same Lisa in the sexual harassment video? It's a nice ass Lisa.
She did not work her ass off for that degree just to be harassed by Larry from accounting.
I'm
it's
sorry.
always Larry.
It is always Larry.
It always is.
Yeah, because like I gotta imagine, like, let's say, okay, I graduated with a theater degree, but what if I was accidentally given the diploma of like someone's math certificate? Like, do I now have a degree in math? Did I graduate? Like, does the person who has my diploma now have my theater degree?
I don't think the courts would like that one.
Well, I mean, I guess because the name on it is like not your name, probably I think you're safe. Like,
You got
It might hold up in the Florida strip mall court.
that's true. I was gonna say Florida strip mall court. Yeah. That or either way, you can walk around probably most places and be like, I have a degree in math, and no one's gonna question it. But like that is technically the degree you have.
You would probably have to know at least a little math to
2
fake
plus
that.
2 equals 4. Bam.
No,
That's a
you
little
just
math.
have to know more math than most people,
Correct.
which is not a lot of
Yeah,
math.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you start throwing letters in there, that's where you lose me.
Really?
Like, yes. Yes.
Algebra.
Yeah, so I guess that's fair. I know a little algebra.
If
know a
I
little
asked
bit.
you to like,
What's the Pythagorean theorem?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, I
about,
said I knew a little bit. I didn't say I was like completely algebra deficient.
Algebra,
That's not algebra.
I've been taking my algebra doses.
algebraic.
No,
You know.
because Pythagorean theorem it's for geometry. It's like for triangles, but like it is still algebra. Like at its basis, it's an algebraic equation.
What do you define as algebra?
Letters? As soon as you put letters in it, it's algebra.
Yeah.
So,
Am I wrong?
Christian, if I were to show you the alphabet, like
Yes. No. Technically, the alphabet. No. He's right. The alphabet is an algebraic equation, because every letter probably has a number equivalent, and we know that it does. A is the first letter in the alphabet, so that means A stands for 1, B stands for 2, and then you go down to 26. So it's an algebraic pattern. Because what happens when you get to Z? It starts repeating again. You sing the ABCs again.
I think there's a
So
name
it's
for
an
that,
algebraic
but
pattern.
it's not algebra.
I feel like I had a pretty
Well-
kick-ass explanation right there. All right?
No, you didn't, because in the exact lyrics of the alphabet song, it says, "Why won't next time won't you sing with me?" So, thus, if you were accounting for every letter being another one, wouldn't you technically double it? Or, depending on how many people join you in singing the song, wouldn't you then have to multiply all of those by said amount of people that are singing it?
Depends on what you're
If
solving
that
for.
makes any sense.
That's true. It depends on what you're solving for.
X. The
Then yes.
but no, never mind.
No. I don't know. I feel like I did my best.
I don't.
Again, that's why I'm not a math major.
I don't want to shit on your dreams
Well, if
here.
you're, if you're Lisa Stimmies, you want.
Well, no, better point though. If I were to go take Lisa Stimmy's math degree and change my name to Lisa Stimmy's, then is it my degree?
Yeah, actually, no. Great point.
That's a great
What
that's
verification do they have? Oh,
Yes, it is, Ozzy.
That's identity fraud.
what verification do they have? How do they?
I don't know. It's
Birth
just
certificate.
what verification do you have?
Here's the thing. Honestly, that
If
sounds
my
like
ID
fraud.
has the name on it, it's
Well,
mine,
theirs,
isn't it?
theirs also would because it's
Now-
their name.
Now riddle me this, Batman. Okay. What if we both graduated from the same school for the same degree in the same year, right? Wouldn't and I changed my name, okay? All of the
After you
information.
graduated or during?
Yeah,
You were
because
in
my degree with my original name doesn't matter anymore, right?
Correct.
My Cameron Fritz degree, bachelor's in bullcrap, it doesn't matter, right? If I change my name to Lisa Smith Myers, right? And we
Hold
both
on.
graduated.
Who is Lisa Smith Myers?
Who's?
I only know Lisa Stimmies. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
You
of
said that
Lisa
like
from
Stimmies
HR.
is a real name. It's
Half
European.
of last names in the world are gibberish.
It's true.
I just think the
Augenschlosser.
stimmies-
Okay,
I,
like that's.
I think
like,
of the
I don't know.
stimulus checks that we got back during Graffiti. It's like, yeah, give me my stimmies.
But,
Yeah, Lisa Stimmy is actually the granddaughter of Charles Stimmy, who was the creator of the stimulus check during coronavirus.
Charles Michael Stimmy.
So she's the nepo baby, but like it's okay.
Figures.
Right, honestly.
Stimmy is also a song by Meek.
Uh-huh.
Just me?
As in Meek Mill, the rapper.
Stimmy is a slang term that has taken hold to refer to the economic stimulus payments made to Americans by the U.S. government as part of a planned coronavirus relief package.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Brady, I feel like we didn't hear enough of your 3-year backstory. Other than...
Yeah, I was going to say, where's your...
You look like you're in an office right now.
I am. It's not my office. It's my mother's office.
Where at?
Dickinson.
Oh.
Yeah. I have been studying and taking the LSAT. I'm applying to law school.
Whoa.
Which
Big lawyer
has
over
been
here.
Oh yeah.
Big L.
Not for a long time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And a lot of those private student loans, probably. But yeah, that's been
honestly
not exciting.
Whenever you become a big fancy lawyer, can we have you as our That's the Flavor lawyer on retainer?
Yeah, I mean, based on this episode, you guys clearly need some legal help.
Again, because our goal is to make That's the Flavor. That's the Flavor as homegrown as possible. So my goal is everybody from my life is gonna have a purpose to the company.
Well, on that note, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an audio editor?
No, I was gonna text you about it
because I do that. That's a thing that I do.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
A theme song, maybe. I don't know.
You can make it. That's the Flavor intro beat. Yeah, maybe.
I do that.
We'll talk. I keep meaning to text you, then I didn't. I was like, oh, we're recording, so like I'll just mention it then. And I was like, oh, well now we're recording, and then now you mentioned it, so we're here.
Podcast editing is a lucrative field.
Mm-hmm.
And so to put that on my resume might be a great way to pay off some of those private loans.
Dude, That's the Flavor is on my acting resume. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's on there under like it's under like I think my special project section. But like because again, most like acting auditions and stuff nowadays, like if I were to get back into the speed of wanting to audition, like they look at like your follower counts and so forth on social media. So to be like, hey, here's That's the Flavor with this YouTube channel that has however many views, like and growth statistics, like yeah. But like I said, like That's the Flavor's goal is like to make it as homegrown as possible. I mean, like we have Beth who is designing our artwork. Like, you know what I mean? It's the how many people in my life do I know that are doing cool things that need an opportunity to do cool things? Just a little bit of a philosophical.
If Cameron commits perjury live on air again,
yes, yeah,
let me know.
No, hey,
I lied to the courts. Wait a minute.
I didn't say that.
I know.
Almost said that, which wouldn't have been true. It would not have been true.
No.
So I'm glad I didn't say that because it's not true.
No.
And that's
that's true.
That's
the flavor.
That is the flavor.
You know what is the flavor?
The flavor is perjury.
Which is the flavor
like a
perjury?
Sesame Street bit. What's the flavor this week, kids? Perjury. Perjury is definitely like a black licorice. Yeah.
Like the flavor of perjury?
Yeah, the flavor. Yeah, if perjury, if perjury was a flavor, like it'd be black licorice.
What is red licorice?
So that means some people really like perjury.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
yeah, I mean it's.
I bet if you look up a correlation graph, people that like black licorice are also criminals.
Oh, absolutely. Brady, do you like black licorice?
I do not. I hate black licorice.
Okay. There you go.
See, there we go. You're clear. I bet there's definitely a correlation graph out there, though.
Do you like red licorice?
You're calling my mom a criminal.
Oh, that's
You don't have to admit anything.
Hey. There, like I said,
She's
correlation
not.
does not mean cause.
That's my father.
Does he like?
I
have no idea.
The associative
okay,
property.
to be fair though, in immediate expulsion of my theory, correlation does not equal causation. So, just because there's a correlation between people committing crimes and them also liking black licorice does not necessarily mean that it makes them a criminal. Like,
Right.
Right? That's how correlation graphs work?
It could, though.
Yeah.
Right.
It could. And you have
Very
to,
well could.
You have to factor for all the different... Because what if you know, there are some people that, like, eat black licorice and they don't become criminals for certain reasons, right?
That's true.
So you could...
Yeah.
If you started at the criminal record and then you went to the licorice statistics and you connected the two, it might seem like it's correlating but not causating. But if you started with the licorice and you found out that it correlates with the records, right? Well, then, and see, that's part of the bias of statistics. You know,
I don't want to gloss over the fact that he said the licorice statistics.
And here's what I pictured.
Exist.
Is
you
Cameron
haven't
in
read
all
the
black.
reports?
No. It's Cameron in all black breaking into Hershey's main office, combing through filing cabinets late at night till he finds a manila folder, whips it out of the filing cabinet, and what does it say in the little tab there? The licorice statistics. You hear the alarms go off. Things are getting crazy. There's smoke bombs coming out on the ground. Lasers everywhere.
I barely
Cameron's gotta
escaped.
fight his way out.
I barely escaped just to open the folder and find that most of it's been blacked out.
They're always one step ahead, aren't they?
But there, hidden in a little cutout in the stack of papers, right, is a USB drive.
Oh, someone digitized it. Oh, was
Tune in next time.
Oh, okay, cool. Doo-doo-doo. Man. And on that note, audience, taste buds, we are going to bring... I keep saying audience instead of taste buds. I need to get better at that. And on that note, taste buds...
so much information about licorice.
Oh, God.
There are statistics?
There are licorice
Yes.
statistics.
How do you think they control the sale
This
of
statistic
licorice?
shows the dollar sale of the leading licorice brands in the United States in 2019.
It's Twizzlers and Red Vines.
For the 52 weeks ended on March 24th, 2019, Twizzlers was the best-selling licorice brands in the U.S., with sales amounting to about $214.9 million US dollars.
That's a lot.
Also, some interesting facts about licorice. Many of our ancestors used licorice root to keep their teeth clean and antithetize sore teeth and gums.
Antithesize?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No. Antithesize. No, antithetize.
Now,
Probably means numb.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
anesthesia.
It's anesthesia.
Yeah.
Yeah, the licorice
I'm
root contains a compound called glycyrrhizine, which helps reduce tooth decay. Licorice root has been used in Chinese and alternative medicines to enhance the efficacy of other herbal remedies.
And of course, we have now taken licorice root and thrown some sugar on it, and now we get something that kind of is like a net neutral on your teeth. Because the licorice and then the sugar, so like, kind of you're coming out net neutral when you eat licorice.
so what
From
I'm
a
looking
teeth
for here,
standpoint. Yes.
I'm trying to see if I can find licorice sales by year and comparing it with crime rates in the U.S.
Again, I don't think there'll be an actual correlation.
There could be.
No, you don't
There
know
could
though.
be.
It's not just numbing our teeth, it's numbing our brains.
It's got
Well,
the
I was thinking
truth.
maybe the sugar
stuff in
is
tap
what's
water?
causing it. Lead?
Mm.
We're
Well,
onto
that-
something here.
What's the other stuff in tap water?
Fluoride.
Fluoride.
Mm.
That's how they get the taste. Which is like nuclear waste, by the way.
And on that note, audience, we're gonna bring this episode of That's the Flavor. We're gonna bring this episode of That's the Flavor to a close because it has somehow already been like 55 minutes and it does not feel like it. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out with us on this week's episode of That's the Flavor. Brady, Cameron, thank you guys for coming back on the show. It was great to sit down and talk to you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, thank you.
Of course, and of course we'll have to have you guys on again, whether it's together, separate, so forth. But sure. Honestly, I've been loving this as a way to catch up with people that I have not talked to in a decent bit of time, just because life's been busy. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So yeah, thank you guys for coming on, shooting the shit with us for an hour, and yeah. Taste Buds, if you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to drop a like on the video or drop a rating over on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever. And yeah, until next time, Taste Buds, I've been Christian.
And I have been Ozzy.
And this has been That's the Flavor. We will catch you all next week. Take care and goodbye.